talking about potty training. We have just successfully potty trained Rose, so I just thought I'd get on here and share with you what we did and the items that we used. Now, I will be honest before we get into this video that we haven't read any books. I haven't done much research on it. I did go with more of a carefree approach, and we did do it for when Rose was ready. We did try it once before, so this is the second time round that we were successful. The first time we did it, she'd literally just turned 2, and it was literally March when we just went into lockdown. I thought, great time, you know, we're in lockdown, we can't go anywhere, so I've got the whole week or longer to concentrate on obviously potty training Rose. Obviously that time wasn't successful. She'd literally just stopped going nursery all of a sudden. She'd stopped seeing family and friends. So of course she didn't know what was going on. Everything was just all over the place. Her emotions were all over the place. So obviously it wasn't successful that time round. So we just left it until she was ready. Now she's just turned 3, so we obviously was aware that she now needs to get back on it, get back onto potty training, even though things aren't back to normal, but she is obviously going back to nursery. So we thought, let's try it again now that she's 3 years old. Now the potty that we have used, the potty that we brought Rose, was the Fisher Price one. So it's this one here that has this cute little face at the back here. Rose has absolutely loved this potty and she's done really, really well with this. This is the only potty that we have. So it's really, really great. When she goes for a successful wee or a poo, it does sing. So she loves that. She even knows the song now, so she sings it herself. It's got a little flusher here as well, so they can pretend to flush the toilet. And it does also have its own little toilet roll holder, which I thought was great. So it doesn't matter where this is, she's got tissue ready there to go. Another reason why I like it is this seat actually does come out, so you can actually put this on the big girl toilet when she's ready, or the big boy toilet when they're ready. So it's literally there, you've got the transition to ready to go, you don't need to buy anything extra. And obviously another reason is that it does have this little purple section that just comes out like so. So obviously that's where all the wee and the poo goes, so you can literally just take this to the toilet, so you don't have to lug the whole thing to the bathroom. But this has been a really successful potty for her. She's loved the fact that it sings to her. She's like, oh, it's singing, I want the big girl potty, and she sings the song, and she really does enjoy this potty. I will link the potty down below if you want to go ahead and obviously have a look at it in more detail. So that's the potty. So what we did is we actually put the potty out about a week before or 2 weeks before we were sort of ready to go. We wasn't sure when we were going to do it, but we wanted to get Christmas out the way because her birthday is just before Christmas, and then we got Daddy's birthday out the way, which is literally the beginning of January, and then we knew towards the end of January, beginning of February, we were going to sort of start, but we were sort of taking her lead on it. But what I did do is I did bring the potty back out and I put it in the living room, and to remind her that that's the potty, here it is. So obviously when you're ready, we can start using it. So that has stayed in our living room, or did stay in our living room. And then what we did when Rose was ready is we basically just went naked at the bottom. We had no pants, no pull-ups, no trousers, nothing at the bottom. So she just had a t-shirt on, and then that's how we did it for 2 days. So that when she needed to go to the toilet, I just put her on the potty immediately. It was there in the living room, and she figured it out pretty quickly that that's where you go. So we only had a few accidents this time around, thank God. And then after that, after 2 days, we then had pants on the 3rd day, which were a little bit harder because obviously then she felt like she had a nappy on, or she felt like she had something on, so she felt that she could just go toilet again, which of course she soon learned that she had wet pants. So that was a bit of a transition. But then what we did is we then put trousers on her to obviously teach her to pull the trousers down and then your pants down, and she is now successfully using the potty. Once we got to the point where she was probably about a week where she'd been using the potty at nursery, she was having less and less accidents. We then moved the potty into the bathroom, so we have a downstairs WC, so we put it in there, and now she will take herself to the bathroom to go to the potty. Now Rose isn't ready to use the big girl toilet here, although I have asked her, she said no. She has used the big girl toilet though at nursery, I've been told, so she does use the big girl toilet there, but she doesn't want to use it here. I'm not sure if she just loves the potty that much because it sings to her, I'm not sure, whereas obviously I'm sure nursery probably just have a boring potty there. So we haven't done that transition to a big girl toilet here yet, but she is taking herself to the bathroom, going for a wee and for a poo successfully, and we now have no accidents. After about 2 weeks, we are now accident free. Now, when we go out in car journeys, what we do, or what I first started to do, was obviously we're not going out very often, so it literally was a couple of errands that I had to do, where I had to go to the post office. I would put her in pull-ups, thinking that that would be okay, but then soon realised that was confusing her. So if we need to go out for any errands, what I've been starting to do is I would keep her in pants, and I would take the potty with us, and then when she needs to go to the potty, I'll say, hold on, Mummy just needs to pull over, and we'll obviously pull over, she'll then go to the potty, and I literally just mop it up with kitchen towel, and then just take carrier bags with me. It's not great, it's not perfect, but that way then it's not confusing her, she's still able to go to the potty, and now we're able to go out for quick errands if we need to, and she doesn't necessarily need the potty, which is great news. Now, how this all came about, how I realised that Rose was ready, was just randomly one day after nursery. She's just moved into preschool, so she's with the big girls and boys, obviously they're going toilet. She just turned around and said, Mummy, potty. Obviously, we'd had the potty out about a week and a half at that point, so she knew it was there. She knew we were going to go to the point of going to the potty. She knew that we were going to learn that. She just all of a sudden said, late on a Thursday after nursery, Mummy, potty. And literally she was midway doing a poo, horrible to say, and she went in the potty, and I thought, right, that's it. I took my cue and that was it. We only had 4 days between her finishing nursery and starting nursery, so it wasn't great with the timing, the fact that I didn't have a full week with her, but nursery said they were happy to help towards potty training and teaching her, so we just went with it. We went when she was ready, and we started on the Friday with no pants, and then, as I say, we did the whole transition that I've just mentioned, and she did really, really well. We did struggle with poos for a little bit longer than wheeze. Wheeze she got down pretty quickly. Poos, I'm not sure what it was about that. She just didn't want to go to the potty and do a poo in the potty, so we did have a few accidents in a few pants, which was, yeah, not very nice to clean up, but yeah, we did have a few accidents, but we just reassured her that, you know, that's okay, we'll try again next time and you can do this. Now with Rose and rewards, I know a lot of people do give rewards. The first few wees, I gave her some stickers just because I wanted her to know that that's really good. You're going to the potty for a wee. So I must say, I only did probably the first 3 wees, I gave her a sticker, and then after that I just celebrated with her and we jumped up and down. Obviously, as I just mentioned, poos were more difficult for her. So the first few successful poos, a bit more than the wheeze, about 4 or 5 poos. What I gave her was some mini chocolates, so, you know, little celebrations. I'd just give her one of those just to say, you went poo in the potty, that is great, like have a little chocolate. And she really, I think that really helped her, because like I said, she really struggled for some reason knowing to go for a poo on the potty. She'd rather have gone in her pants for some reason. I'm not sure what was stopping her there, but I think the chocolate treat kind of helped, because she's a mad chocolate kid. She loves it, she really does. But like I said, I only did that for the first sort of 4 or 5, and then that was stopped, and now she'll go for obviously a poo, and it's like, great, that's great news, and we'll jump up and down, and you're so good, and let's tell Daddy, and she'll run up to Daddy and be like, Daddy, I did a poo in the potty. It's really cute. But like I said, we only did a first few because obviously you do want to make sure that it doesn't become a regular thing, that they're not going potty to get the treat, so you don't want to get stuck in that trap. So just the first few is what we did, and that really worked for us. Now, as I say, I wasn't obviously prepared to do potty training at that weekend. I'd got the potty out prepared to obviously do it within the next few weeks, sort of get her used to the potty again and say, oh, talk about the potty. But she was obviously ready because she just told me, Mummy, I need the potty, randomly. Like I said, she just moved into preschool, so she obviously sees the kids there going to the toilet, so she obviously knew that that's what needed to happen. And nursery really helped as well. They helped her go potty, and obviously I just took extra trousers and pants that she needed for nursery. Now, obviously that was all her. She sort of instigated it all. Now with nighttime, I obviously thought to myself, right, okay, well, she's instigated daytime, let's not do nighttime. I've still got nappies to use up anyway, so let's use up the nappies. I'll put her in nappies for bedtime. And I did that probably for about a week while she was potty training, and then all of a sudden Rose said to me again, Mummy, I want to wear pants. And I was like, oh, okay. Are you sure? Because obviously we'd kind of just got the gist of using the potty in the day, not at night. So, but she said, no, Mummy, I want to wear pants. And she picked the pants that she wanted to wear. We'd got a really nice ones with princesses on and Minnie Mouse. So I said, fine. And I took her lead again. I said, that's fine. You wear pants then if that's what you want to do. Obviously, we've got a waterproof mattress protector on the mattress anyway. So she wore pants. Of course, she did leak. That does happen. I think we had about 3 leaks in total, obviously 1 for each night. But now she's dry. Now she is able to go throughout the night, not not weeing at all, not wetting the bed at all. She does go potty just before she goes to bed. I do make a point of saying you need to go to potty, so we know when you're doing your brushing your teeth, you go potty as well, and that really helps. And then obviously when she wakes up, she then goes for the potty first thing in the morning. But we have had about, I would say, 4 or 5 days now of a dry bed, which is great news. But again, I just took her lead on it. I was very, very lucky. Like I said, we did do it before, and it was a complete disaster. It was more about a game of weeing on the floor, and she just didn't want to, she wasn't ready. I don't think the timing worked, what with us being in lockdown. Although in theory it was great because I was obviously with her, because obviously I wasn't working either, because obviously nurseries were closed. She wasn't ready, everything had just been turned upside down. She didn't know what was going on. All of a sudden she was home all day, she wasn't allowed to go out. So, you know, it wasn't perfect timing then, but it was now. She just turned 3. She turned 3 in December. Like I said, we waited until sort of mid-January, and she told me when she was ready, which was great because it meant that I didn't need to do much prepping really. I was planning to do a bit more prep. I had the potty out and I was going to start talking to her about it. I was going to get a potty book for her. I was going to get, you know, some YouTube videos regarding, you know, for kids for potty training, but she sort of beat me to it. She'd obviously seen the big girls and boys at nursery and she wanted to be like them. So yeah, that was brilliant. It really was. We also had an open door policy with regards to the bathroom when I went. So every time I went to the bathroom, she would obviously usually follow. I mean, is there any mum anywhere that doesn't go to toilet with their kids? Let's be honest. So obviously she's used to the open door policy with me. She'll obviously see mummy go to the toilet, so she knows what it is and what the gist of what to do. But we was very lucky this time around, and like I said, she instigated it all and was really, really, really chuffed with herself when she did it, and I'm super, super proud of her. She's successfully done it, and she's done the whole thing. A bit like me, really. If you're going to do it, just do the whole thing. That's my attitude of life. If you're going to do it all. And that's what she did. She did, you know, the daytime and the nighttime in one swoop, and it's done. And she's now potty trained, and she's in her pants, which is really, really, really great. So yeah, she's telling me now when she's ready to go to the potty, she'll go, Mummy, I need the potty. I'll be back in a minute. And she'll come out here. She'll come straight into the bathroom. We obviously leave them off the latch so the doors are easy to open. And she'll go potty herself, which is really, really great. We don't use any of the wipes or anything. We do obviously have baby wipes. We use baby wipes if there's obviously a disaster, which we do have the odd one. You know, when she's going poo and something's happened or she's moved and it's not quite ready and whatnot. So we obviously do have baby wipes, which obviously we don't put down the toilet, but otherwise she just uses toilet roll. We don't buy any of this special wipes that could be flushed. We just literally use a loo roll for that. But yeah, she tells me when she wants to go potty, off she goes, all grown up, and yeah, it's my little baby's growing up and it's brilliant. But yeah, it just makes you think, gosh, where's the time going? It's really crazy. So our potty training journey was successful this time round. It was really easy. I was planning on reading books. I was planning on doing all this research and, you know, writing notes and everything and getting reward charts, because obviously the first time round it didn't work. I went with the carefree approach then, thinking that, you know, it would just happen and we'd just take our time. We were in lockdown, so we had plenty of time. So I thought, you know, let's just give it a try. You know, obviously we weren't expecting lockdown. So I thought, you know, we already had the potty, so let's just try it. It wasn't obviously successful. This time around I thought, you know what, we're going to read books, we're going to get YouTube up, we're going to get reward charts of books. But yeah, thankfully I hadn't ordered anything before she realised that she was ready, so it was really, really great. But that's it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed watching. I hope it gave you some tips and tricks. Sometimes the carefree approach works, sometimes not putting pressure on it really is the best way of going about things. So I hope it helped you, and if you did like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Thanks guys.